So in a nutshell, what is Ubuntu? So those of you in the computer field, you will know Ubuntu as a software, some kind of software, right? So when you look up Ubuntu, that's what you see first. So ignore that, skip it, and just put Ubuntu Africa, maybe you get somewhere, okay? All right, so humanism, goodness, empathy, compassion, forgiveness, wisdom, generosity, hospitality, and unselfish kindness. That's Ubuntu. And let me tell you, there are people who live like that day in, day out. That's how they do things. And it's a code of trust, ladies and gentlemen, a code of trust. And when I said maybe it was a curse, when you trust people, you don't run for your life. You don't believe they will kill you. Guess what? It's in our daily life. And those of you who are from Rwanda, Burundi, you can attest to this. We have sayings and proverbs about Ubuntu. So, umuntu n'uwundi, a person is defined by the other. Umwana suwunga, a child does not belong to one person. And so on. So there are many sayings, many stories that we have about Ubuntu. So we live it day in, day out. And I'm sure by now saying, well, you live like that in genocide, huh? And it's okay to ask you. I've heard that here, going to boarding school is not always a good thing. Right? Yeah. When they send you to boarding school, it's like they don't know how to deal with you, right? For us, going to boarding school is like the eight you've achieved. You're going to be kind of European. You come back to your village and as a little European, you sit on a chair, you don't eat with the hands anymore, you have to get you a fork knife, you have to be wearing shoes. So you really have achieved. But they knew it cost a lot of money that my mother couldn't afford after my father died. So every morning, before I went to school, they sent me off. I would wake up, they would come and sit in the fence, Murugo. Yeah, so in the courtyard, they would all sit and wait for me. By the time I wake up, I find all these men and women sitting to just say bye. And do you know what? They had like an equivalent of a penny maybe today. Each one said, here you go. And we just said, just to say, we're here for you. You are our child. And that I would have never forgotten. So when I went back, I was able to connect with her. It was beautiful. Just revisiting those years. Revisiting those years was just a gift. For Burundi, unlike Rwanda, the Hutus were killed in 1972. There have been many genocides, by the way, in Rwanda, Burundi, there have been genocides, but the ones I'm going to anchor myself on is 1972 in Burundi, 1994 in Rwanda. Are you all with me so far? Yeah, so these men, big, tall, handsome, strong men are being taken by one man saying, we're going away. And they trust that because he knew them, surely he can be taking them to bad places. Because they still trusted and they said, I didn't do anything, why would they kill me, right? They can't possibly kill me, I didn't do anything wrong, they know me, they are our neighbors. Now, neighbors, umubanyi in Kirundi or Kinyarwanda, umubanyi is a big word. It means much more than neighbor, right? Those of you who speak Kinyarwanda? Yes. Yeah, it means more than a neighbor. A neighbor here, it's like, oh, the person who lives next door. No, umubanyi is the person you count on in difficult times. The person who's going to watch your children when you're away. The person you can leave anything with. You keep the door open because you have a umubanyi. Are you all with me? So now, that person is going to kill me? No, that can't be. And they did not run. Third round, fourth round, they kept going. So to this day, where are my brothers, my cousins? I have no idea. Hutu male elite, 200,000 killed in 3 months, male Hutu elite. In Rwanda in 1994, it's the reverse. The 800,000 were majority Tutsi killed by majority Hutu. You can't look at a Hutu or a Tutsi and say, I know, see? I look at your eyes and people say that, but that's a lie. Can you tell what I am? You can't tell.
Because, well, first of all, I'm mixed. My mother is Tutsi, my father is Hutu. So even if this young lady told me I'm Hutu, I'm mixed. What? Because it's a patriarchal society, I think, yes, I go with Hutu, but Tutsis don't trust me, Hutus don't trust me, because they know I have relatives on both sides. There were these words, Hutus and Tutsis. It's almost like if I came here and I said, you are DePaul, people from DePaul. And I saying, you are my favorite. So I have resources and I start promoting you. And then I said, oh, and there is, I won't name my university because that would be bad. But there's that other university, oh, they are so bad. Did you know? And I start putting them down and elevating you, right? I'm using names that were there, but all of a sudden I'm packaging with another meaning that wasn't there. So that some are better than the other. So I can rule, so I can, divide to conquer. You've all heard of that, right? That's it. So they used the concepts that were already there, but they used it in a different way. Colonizers came in and found terms that we already had, okay? But they redefined them. They packaged them with meaning that we didn't have before. A Hutu was a person, we used it, it was a synonym for servant, but it wasn't a servant like here where it's a completely one down. It was servant in the same, I'm giving you a cow, and you're going to now give me some services because you have a cow from me. Cows will give you milk, will give you a manure, will give you all of these things, so you benefit. So you're going to give me, to be my Hutu by bringing me some gifts every so often. So that's like an example. So my father was Hutu, he had a Hutu, which doesn't make sense. So we had a Hutu who would bring us food, some crops that we didn't grow in my Uswag. So those of you who know Uswage, it's a type of special fufu. And so we didn't have it where I grew up. So this Hutu, our Hutu, would bring it to us. So we were Hutu from the European naming, but we had a Hutu who brought us food that we didn't have because my father gave him a car. The colonizers used terminology that we had there, and all of us, by the way, you could, and I think this was true of Rwanda too, you could Tutsify yourself. You would give to whoever was in charge, and you say, I'm not Hutu anymore, I'm Tutsi. That's how ridiculous this naming. So it's nothing natural in our blood that makes us Hutu or Tutsi. If nothing else, yes, we've been in silence, nobody talks about genocide in Burundi, so we won't have a museum, we won't have anything, no pictures put together, nothing, because it didn't happen, remember? We're told that it didn't happen. Those were bad people, and they deserved to go. So it's hard to take in. But they did something. So this contrast from Burundi, well, there's nothing. There was genocide, 200,000 in 3 months? No. Show us, where? And then Cambodia, you see these places that they've set up for the respect of those who died. How does healing happen when we keep pretending it never happened? You see, if Ubuntu is so ingrained in the very nature or nurture of Burundians and Rwandans, why the propensity of killing each other? And honestly, I don't think I have an answer that could be satisfying. At least I'm not satisfied yet with my answers. When they pulled me out to go to the boarding school and taught me that life is about competition, you have to be number one. Why should I worry about helping my other enemy to be the number one? You take SAT, ACT to compete, right? That's the European way. That's how you do things to show you the best. In the village where I was coming from, we were not going for after the best. We're going for you succeed, I succeed. But when this came, education, yeah, we are educated. We need to redefine this word, education. We felt cool to come home speaking French and, wearing the European clothes. That was like a cool thing. So there was a lot of brainwashing. Besides the fact that those in power wanted to get more power, so they decided to use the youth. And so the impact of the genocide was that, number one, that we lost was trust. So people lost trust in each other. And when we went back this summer, guess who was sitting waiting? Mixed group of Hutus and Tutsis. Okay, and I'm not saying it's all perfect today, but what I observed was that people are back to trying to work together. And that really prompted me to have this talk. Because what I saw among people working together, welcoming us together, they didn't say, oh, those are Hutus. No. And we didn't say, those are Tutsis, they shouldn't come. Everybody was together to welcome their children. So if you're going to do research, to collect stories, to write about genocide, don't read first. I remember my advisor in school always told me, let the data talk to you. Let the data, the ATA, talk to you. Don't go in with some preconceived ideas, trying to read, to use your lenses, wherever you got them from, and apply to situations you're finding in place. Go listen to their stories. You'll be amazed by what you find. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ubuntu did not shatter. It just got torn. And people are trying their best to fix it. Thank you very much.